Good evening, everyone, and welcome to UFO Undercover. Hi, my name is Joe Montaldo. That's Jay McNichol sitting right there next to me. I want to wish all y'all a happy Wednesday to everyone listening to us around the planet. This show goes out. That's a check. I think it goes out to every country on the planet. We haven't found any it doesn't go yet. We even got listeners in North Korea who are over there flying, replica UFOs around. No, I'm serious, people. No, we really do. We got a growing audience in North Korea. Don't ask me how they listen to us. Old days we used to wonder how
Pirate
China
internet.
got to, yeah. No, we used to listen to old days how China got to listen to us, or Venezuela, Cuba. We got a good audience in Cuba. We got a few thousand people listen to us in Cuba. Yeah, man, they down there. They're interested in this stuff. Well, right now Cuba don't have any lights, so I imagine they're seeing lots of UFOs. When you can get reports out of Cuba, there's a decent amount of UFO reports that come out of Cuba, and Cuba's got some interesting things like the sunken city off of the northern west coast, and the one on the southern. I guess it would also be the west coast.
Yeah, southern west coast, northern west coast, and then there's one like I think in the middle.
We need to, next time we talk about this, we need to pull that map up. I want to see where that one is because we know where that harbor is on the other side. I want to see if those two line up across from each other. I'd be curious.
I'll bet you they also line up to a ley line.
No, anyway, sorry guys, we're not. That's not actually what we're talking about.
No,
and we don't want to get sidetracked. Well, first off, I mean, we welcome again to UFO Undercover, and we're going to be talking about how maybe life started in the solar system at one time. But right now, we're going to be talking about David Wilcox. Now a friend of mine wrote to me, or I should say in the wee hours, asking me if David Wilcox had killed himself. And when I typed it in just to see, you could see that there was a lot of activity going on. But at the time, it wouldn't let you even tell you if he was dead or alive. You got to love the media. One of our hosts, Jeffrey Pritchard, who hosts Church of Mavis, sent me something yesterday. I didn't get it till today, but he sent me something yesterday on what had gone down. I've met this guy a few times. I've interviewed him, I don't know, a dozen times, maybe 24 times. At any point that I've met him, at any point, I should have invited Jeffrey on. But at any point, I never felt like he was ready to go over the deep end. Now it's not uncommon. I shouldn't say it like that, but ufologists sometimes, just like paranormal people, do it. They do it. I mean, you take a lot of ridicule in this field. You have to have a thick skin. You get tired of people telling you you're crazy or you're wrong or you're lying or whatever. It's tough. It can be hard, especially if you have to deal with that and finances and other things in life, sicknesses or whatever. It can be overwhelming. So we're gonna get into it in a minute. I think we've pulled up some information. I just seen it somewhere on my computer a minute ago. It's what was that, Jesse? You can either join us. I think we're on everything tonight. We're on Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. You can catch us on any of those. Why am I not wearing a tie? Because I'm bumming it. Oh, you mean why am I showing my sexy chest? Well, don't look at it. If it's disrupting your thought that much, just don't look at it. I mean,
turn the screen off and just listen to the sound.
That's right. Listen to my voice as I talk about. Anyway. What do you mean I look different? I lost some up. I was in LA all last week. That's why I was in suits all week.
Yeah. Not just suits, zoot suits.
Yeah, baby. Daddy was dressed to the nines. Well, it's a working vacation. How's that? Yeah, I mean it's a vacation, but it's a working vacation. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, more than 10 million people tuned in across. I forgot how many countries. It's all written down. It was an insane amount of people. What we're more interested in when we do those kind of things is what the average listening time was, and it was around 30. We'll say just 40 minutes, which is really good. It's a 2-hour event.
The attention span of the human is at average is about 45 minutes. And so if you ever wondered why all like semester college classes are 50 minutes long, there you go.
That's it. Well, most TV shows are 40 minutes, yes. Some are less,
usually
but
44 to 48 minutes with commercials, yes.
Yeah, now they're See, what Jay's talking about is back when we had real television. Now they're not even that. Now you're lucky. See, coast to coast, you get 32 minutes of talk time per hour. That's outrageous. And I love
The
coast,
rest
but
is all
that's
advertising. Yeah.
so. And then some of the other media, some of the like the new series, like a couple of the expanses were 39, 40, 41 minutes. The minimum should be 44. The minimum should be 44. That's what most old Star Treks were 44.
Yeah,
And some of them were
well,
even 50.
actually, most of them are 52. The further back you go, the longer they are. Like if you
Oh,
go to
yeah.
the
They
50s,
definitely get longer as you go back.
television shows in the 50s were usually an hour long live. Most of the shows were live television programming, and they lasted about 58 minutes with 2 minutes of commercials.
Yes. And then each decade after that, those commercials doubled until we are where we are today. It's not
You
us,
get
guys.
44 if you're lucky, and then almost 20 minutes of commercial.
So technically, this network, when we're running commercials, which we only do so often, what happens is there's 10 minutes at the beginning of the show, 10 minutes at the end, and time at the bottom of the hour. So, but y'all don't feel the full 10 minutes. And so there is 10 minutes at the start of the show, but 5 of those minutes is on the show that was ending, and 5 of those minutes are on the new show coming up. That way you don't have to experience a full 10 minutes. And then 20 minutes later at the bottom of the hour, have to take another 5 or 6 minute break. And then between that, cut yourself off 10 minutes at the end of the show. It ends up coming up to like 18 minutes every half hour. So we don't do it that way. We do 5, 5, and 5. So you lose 15 minutes. Well, that's the sneaky part, Jack. You lose 15 minutes on an hour show, but you also lose only 20 minutes on a 2 hour show. Figure that one out.
When you get to the a 3 hour movie, then you lose it about maybe 15 to maybe about 20 minutes to 30 minutes of commercial time. Like
Uh,
for example, like the Lord of the Rings is they have to cut it down and they can't even put it on television because they can't put enough commercial space in it. So they have to take even the theatrical version is I think 18 minutes longer than a broadcast can really handle without making it a 4 hour event.
no, Crystal. You get when you so when we you get when you if we do it just by the hour, it would be 30 minutes of break, but we don't actually do it that way. So when you have a 2 hour show, it shifts to it's about 22 minutes worth of breaks, but and it's only 15 in an hour. If it was up to us, it would be no break. I mean, some shows don't have any breaks, but you still got promos coming in. You need time for setup. You got to talk to your guests, and a lot of that y'all don't even get to hear anymore. In the old days, you got to hear all that stuff, but you don't even get to hear any of that anymore.
Hmm.
You either get music or starts of shows or something lovely going on in the background. Jay singing and a whistling in the wind or something. But anyway, uh, Jeffrey Pritchett hosts Church of Mavis.
Church
He
of Mavis
actually
underneath my name
opened.
there.
Yeah, technically he opens for News on the Flip Side. He's a show before News on the Flip Side. Well, sometimes Jay's got double duty that night
Hmm.
because Jay co-hosts with Jeffrey from time to time.
Yeah, that's what COM is under my name. Church of Mavis Fridays 8 7 Central.
Well, he told me he's got another new co-host coming on, and sometimes Mark Eddy would be co-hosting with him.
Hmm.
And I think
Yeah, Mark's
Mark's
gonna
cleared.
chip
Yeah.
in.
Nah, no, I think you get Mark confused with somebody else, Chrissy. No, as far as I know,
Yeah,
he's cleared for the network. I mean, Michelle's got a problem. She'll tell me, but I don't think she does. I have not heard
yeah,
of
he's been on our show a few times
I
interviewing
was gonna
guests,
say he's been on network a few times.
and yeah, he brings guests to all the shows. So I mean,
So, so instantly, first thing you see is what happened to David Wilcox. Mysterious
mhm.
death of another UFO link specialist sparks online fury. Okay, David's a nice guy.
Hmm.
Online UFO specialist. I'm not sure about that. I know he wrote
I,
books.
I wouldn't say UFO specialist. I would say paranormal researcher, and a very good one, very well read, very I mean up on his stuff.
So,
A bit fringe, but a very nice guy. I mean, I never met him,
so
but he seemed like a very nice gentleman.
he's considered an American religious writer. He's also considered an American paranormal writer, media personality, and YouTuber.
Yeah, he had blog with some other UFO researcher that he did. I don't know when, but weekly, Friday, Saturday. I don't know what day it was on.
What do you mean, Jimmy? Well, no, he wasn't. See, not everybody who talks about UFOs are ufologists. Some of them are like historians. Some of them are just authors. David, that's pretty much what David was an author. I
Yeah,
mean,
and he was kind of a technical guy too. I mean, he didn't. I mean, he knew all aspects of the UFO paranormal subject, but he was also very technical. I mean, he was part of a aerospace group. I forget the name of it, but he helped design exotic uh, propulsion systems and exotic aircraft, like fourth and fifth, sixth generation aircraft.
says paranormal writer and YouTuber David Wilcox did at 53 after admitting he had had a really rough week. And what is a really rough? See, makes me
Well, but
wonder.
I also know that he wasn't 100% healthy even when he was on early on in the Ancient Aliens. You can tell there he had something bothering him. A pathology. I don't want to say a mental pathology. I think he had some kind of disease that he kept kind of hidden, but people in the community, UFO community, knew about it. I think that, and he had come down from being in the limelight. He hasn't been on any shows I've seen in a while. He hasn't been on Ancient Aliens in decades, or a couple of years anyway. Uh, and he's lost quite a bit of money, income. So I think it just came down to maybe depression. I don't know, but we'll find out. I mean, they're investigating for sure.
Let's see. The authorities arrived at the scene. They reportedly encountered the man outside holding a weapon, which he allegedly used on himself. He was pronounced dead on the scene. This is all from TMZ.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't know. Not bad looking guy. What good looking wife.
Yeah, he recently just got married too, I think.
Uh, and 511,000 followers on YouTube. That's a decent income.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, if he's producing every day, it's a decent income. Sorry. Let me
yeah.
rephrase that. And then you got the other part of this, which is at least 10 people tied to sensitive U.S. research have died or disappeared in recent years.
Um,
I thought it was
that's
recent
actually
days. This
it's
says
actually
years.
going up to 11. It's just 11 now, not counting David. But yeah, it's 11 tied to Los Alamos National Laboratory, Sandia Laboratory, and Alamogordo, that complex in New Mexico. 11 people tied to that outpost are dead or missing and assumed dead. One of them is General McCasland, who is right now missing and presumed dead. And 5 of the other 10, half of the other group of people, reported directly to him. So their projects were directly under his scrutiny. So you say what you want. There is no coincidence here. It's all tied together.
I wonder what they were working on.
One of them was working on anti-gravity, exotic propulsion. So was David. Doesn't tie them in, but it kind of does.
I don't know.
He hadn't been in that field in a while, but he has been in that field. That's on his resume.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to think of Los Alamos working with FTL. It's just not their cup of tea.
Well, but you have Sandia Laboratories as part of that complex, as well as, or Sandia National Laboratories, and then up the street is Alamogordo, which is also a
Yeah, those
missile
are all
testing area.
weapons, but those are all weapon systems. Those are not.
Yeah,
So
but
the way it works is
weapons also require propulsion systems.
yeah, but it's different. So the military, especially these covert programs, tend to keep their programs separate. They don't like them together because
Yeah, that's
accidental.
decompartmentalizing.
Well, it's not just that. Sometimes accidental technologies can get together and create things they didn't think it should.
Mm.
It's I don't know if it's because some of this technology is self-thinking or self-sensitive or what it is, but for some
Or
reason
maybe
they don't like it.
yeah,
They don't like it together. So usually propulsion systems will be designed somewhere. If it's being designed for like a special rocket or a special weapon, it'll still be designed somewhere else and then brought there and connected to
yeah,
the thing. Or
which
they may
ties
bring
them
the
to
thing
the
there. Yeah.
right. Still, it
It-
ties
it-
them to. They may not have actually worked on that property, but they are tied to projects at that property.
but it's usually so most of these scientists would have been involved in 4 or 5 projects. Usually, almost everything there is nuclear related. Could be
Hmm.
cold fusion, could be fusion. It doesn't really matter, but that's what they do. And they're not really into the drive system. They're
Well, no,
really into
I
let
don't
me
think they
see how
just
much
focus
I
on
can
that.
hook you up.
I
No,
think they
that's their
also
mandate.
focus
That
on.
no, that see, you
Well, I
gotta
know that,
understand the whole
but I think they also.
complex's mandate is to kill people. That's what their job is to
Well, yeah,
do.
I do. I understand that, but I think they also work on detection systems there as well. I think that's
No,
probably
not
part of
there they
Sandy
don't.
Laboratory.
Not
You
there
don't
they
think
don't.
so?
Nope.
Having
Because
a
so just
sentient
just to
missile
help you
that can
out,
see.
just to help you out there. So if you go to just a Pascagoula shipyard, okay, and go look on a Navy cruiser or any ship for that matter, first thing you're going to notice is there'll be 14 to 17 different companies. At no time do these companies work together. It's not even allowed. It's illegal because Jobby over here can't know what Jobby over here is doing, and they don't
Yeah,
put
that's
them in the same
compartmentalization.
places.
Yeah.
So they're allowed to have X amount of components there because each component will be going to a ship when they're being developed. They're not. So certain guidance systems you would be if certain types of engineering and guidance systems you would find at the Boeing Southern plant in California or the plant out on the East Coast. They don't put them they just don't like eggs in the same basket. It makes them nervous. Somebody nukes something, they lose too much information. It's see this way if something happens, there's only one piece of that little measly puzzle at Los Alamos. The other 14 pieces are in 14 other places, waiting to be assembled, probably at Area 51 or somewhere along this. Could be Area 53 too, for that matter. So, or if it's Navy related, there's several underwater facilities. Some
Hmm.
would have probably be we considered mines left over from wells, but some of these are old tending bases, deep water tending bases that we had after the end of World War II. And some of them are still whale listening or ex whale listening stations that belong to us. So they got shit all. They just don't like. I noticed, and this is I noticed when we'd have to get a particular type of part for our jet, that motherfucker would have to go. Ooh, excuse my language, people. Sometimes it would have to go through 4 companies because the frame of the chip was made by Intel. The prong kits and the 24 karat gold actually came from a fine goldsmithing company. They made the whole plate and you just dropped it in. I was like, get the hell out of here. What is this? And then they actually had 2 parts to the chip. And then they would be assembled and sent to you. And I'm like, what the hell? See, that makes no sense to me because but it works for them. I guess
Well,
they
no,
just keep enough. I guess they
I can
keep
tell you
enough.
I can tell you why that works because a perfect example in the 80s, a couple were stealing spies. I think they worked for TRW. It might have been Honeywell, but um, they stole some technologies that my father was producing with a little bit of their help. Now, the one thing my father's technology that my company, his company couldn't do was they couldn't do integrated chips. So TRW was developing a chip to make the engines, at least the diesel battery charging engines on some of our older nuclear subs. They still had diesel engines on them when they were above water. They would use those to charge batteries. They weren't all nuclear yet. Uh, so he had to develop the idea of putting a chip in the engine that makes the engine run more efficient. TRW was developing that. This couple stole some of that technology, but they didn't get all of it. There were 2 other components to the system my dad developed for the Navy. And one of them was the CERTAS, that was a new integrated sonar system. Sonar before this only worked in one way or the other. It is either passive or active. It didn't work both at the same time. my dad developed a system where they both worked together, and it allowed our subs to differentiate biological creatures, the bottom of the floor, contours of underwater mountains, and mechanical devices, submarines. So whatever's underwater, our subs know what it is all the time now. Whatever they're using now, they took my dad's technology and they have something better. And they know what's going on all around. They can see everywhere. So the spy family took that chip and they sold it to Russia. And they caught. They're in jail still. The other two components of the system for the engines was my dad had developed. Now Honeywell had to make the rubber parts for the thing, but my dad's part of the company. The guys they were smart enough. They had engineers. They made the bolts and these mountings for the engines. They took the engines off the deck plates and mounted them on rubber shock absorbers all around, and then they covered all engine room compartments with an eggshell crate type of foam sound reduction material. I don't know what it's made of. Everybody, like you see it in music studios when they record music. So those three systems combined make our subs dead silent even at full speed underwater. Russian subs could not detect us at all. They didn't get the other two parts. They didn't get the component that goes around the wall, and they didn't get the component that raises and shock absorbs the engine from the floor. So the Russians integrated the chip. They made their engines, their diesel subs much better. But when they went sub silent, we could still hear them because their engines were still mounted to the deck plate, and all that is coming out from the hull. Where on our ships, you might get a tap at the door if you're listening real hard on your sonar. So that's how compartmentalization works. And if you don't get all three parts, it doesn't work.
No, then it works in the military. Let's see. Just one day before reportedly dying, Wilcox tweeted about going live for a video on April 19 and calling Donald Trump out for sharing a photo of himself as Jesus.
He didn't share a photo of himself as Jesus. So what we're talking about that on another show.
Yeah, they just can't leave it alone. And the bad part is it doesn't even really matter at this point. It says, dear family, Wilcox began to, what was this? Curiously was all night and decided to go live today with the world did POTUS post a Christ-like picture. Yeah. Nobody cares, David. Maybe that's what I've said. Maybe nobody cared.
Well, it's TDS. It sounds like that's just
Well, yeah, they don't have him listed as a researcher. They got him listed as a conspiracy theorist. Sorry.
Well, ancient alien theorist.
No, they are firmly listed as a conspiracy theorist. They don't even mention ancient alien.
Really? He was on Ancient Aliens quite
I know a lot. He was on Ancient Aliens a lot. I've seen him on there a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
I wasn't the biggest
fan.
The
first several seasons.
But they don't even mention it. Yeah. Most of the time, they just say he's a writer and leave it at that.
Well, and I didn't search. As soon as Eric von Daniken passed earlier this year, and as soon as that happened, I mean, everyone that I'm still have as friends, William Henry, all the UFO researchers, they all put out, condolences about their friend, and I said condolences back, even Giorgio. But I haven't seen anything from them about David yet. So maybe there's some kind of major fallout with those guys. I don't know. Maybe that's part of it too.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. Just walk outside, call the police, and blow your brains out in front of the cops. There.
Yeah, I mean that's
something else was going on in his life, and he said according to the cops, he said he had hell of a week. I wonder what happened.
I don't know. Jeff said something about him and having lost a great bit of money somehow.
Well, he's not as popular as he used to be, that's for sure. And it doesn't matter how many followers you have. If you're not getting him to click something every day, it doesn't matter. You're not making it. And everybody says it's harder on YouTube than X, which is probably true. Yeah, he said he was just gripping the web in which he allegedly turned on himself minutes later as they got out of the car. Boom, boom. Thank you, ma'am. David, what was on your mind, dude? I mean, I haven't
Yeah.
heard him anywhere in a long time, but
I haven't either, and
have
I'm looking
you-
on Facebook. I don't see anything from any of the other major researchers that. Let me see if William Henry has said anything. He was pretty. He was one of the first to say something about Eric.
let's see, the synchronicity key. When he wrote, that's a New York bestseller.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's that, Brucey? He no. What do you mean? Did we ever? No, we talked many times.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
posted something about 7 hours ago.
posted something 7 hours ago.
Yeah, he doesn't seem he thinks it's true yet. So
Well, because I even with all of this, I haven't seen. I keep seeing articles that says the Denver police, but I haven't seen anything from the actual Denver police yet.
yeah.
There are several people who think that these dead missing people are being killed by either the Chinese or somebody else. They
Well,
want,
the Chinese is definitely interested in some of that technology for sure. Could it be them? Yeah. So if anyone says that it's Trump's trying to release the UFO, this happened 2 years before. This happened under Biden. Under Biden.
this, yeah, this just didn't start. That's what everybody.
Yeah,
Biden probably told him
it's
to
been
do it.
going for 4 years, so it's not anything Trump did, said, or any files he may have allegedly unlocked. Which, by the way, they haven't.
Louis Torrey said he predicted his death.
Who did?
Louis Torrey, you know him. He's been on network many times.
Yeah.
You don't probably remember his name, but
We might have had him on Church of Mavis before, as we had a guy did a few
yeah,
predictions that actually did come true. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's been on. I know he's been on Michelle's show. He's been on a lot of other shows.
I think he's been on our show too. Yeah.
He's just another. He's a gifted psychic, or he says he's a gifted psychic. Whether it is or not, I don't know. I don't like speaking for people.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, what do you mean? No, I mean, I'm reading about him, but I haven't seen anything that says. I mean, nobody's saying anything why he may have killed himself. Well, generally, you kill yourself, you find that you have an incurable disease, or you've done something horrible, or somebody did something horrible, or I don't know. I mean, a lot of people kill themselves over stupid shit. So,
Yeah.
Maliva sent me pictures. I love you, Maliva. Who did call? Well, if you're listening to California, I can't answer the phone now because I am live on the. And you'll have to call back after a while. Jimmy, I might know. It's like I know quite a few people in Cali. Yeah. Well, we're going to get into that in a minute. The computer will behave and let me actually see a screen again. It's in denial mode. What can I tell you? But Leah was the first person to send me something on this in the wee hours.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything from her. I heard. I mean, Jeff. I got home from work and Jeff said something on Messenger, and then I said, "What?" And then he called me and we talked about it for half an hour. He was freaked out.
They sound like he was a little creeped out about it.
Yeah, I mean, one of the first things he said is like,
because
if I die weird or like suicide out, it wasn't me. I'm like, I know, me too.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, David's a nobody in the last decade, so more actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I said. He was not.
I said that
on
earlier,
television
Curly.
anymore. Yeah.
You're only as in ufology, like paranormal. You're only as famous as your last thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's only on in reruns now.
Because that's not what I'm after. My goal was never to be famous in ufology. Sometimes you get out there because of different work we're doing, but It's
Yeah,
my goal has
it is.
always been
I
to
don't
get
want.
to
I
the
don't want the fame from this. I want answers.
when
That's
we
why
get
I'm in it
people out
for.
there. So generally, people who want fame are looking for money, Michael. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know when my computer ever decides to do whatever it's supposed to be doing. It's often, like I said, Neverland, locked up and froze. I started.
We've just been talking about David Wilcock, Carrie.
Yeah, I made it back to the chat room, sort of, kind of. It's hard. Suicide's a hard thing to
Oh,
deal with, Mike. It is. What was that
here's
ooh
a
about?
cool thing. You'll see. Let me set it up first, and then you'll like this. Me and Sean played with it the other night. This will come in very handy on News on the Flip Side when we do polls and other things.
Okay. If I can see anything, so still think I'm frozen. Yeah, it says non-responding. I wonder. Come on, thing.
Okay, cool. Where's the spell check? There we go.
All right, what the hell's going on here? I know we probably done lost half the audience. I know. Let's see. Hey, what you doing?
I don't know what happened there.
What the hell happened, man? This thing got all jammed up out of nowhere.
Here we go. Look, check this out.
Hold on, I'm not
So
even
anyone?
on this. Oh, it's shutting me down. I'll be back, I guess.
Oh, damn it.
It's guys and girls, we'll be back in a few minutes. We're just having some weird glitchy problems here. Out of the blue, it just shuts down, huh?
You're still on. I can hear you.
Yeah, I know. I can hear you too. It's not
Your
giving
camera's
me. Oh, it
freezing
says
up here
David
and there, but
Wilcock.
other than that,
It's let's see what happens when I do this. Yeah, see, I can see like the room with all the pretty colors on it. I can't even see you. It's I can see your name, but I can't see you. Can't see me either, for that matter. So
yeah, maybe if we do change the screen a little, how's that?
it's not you. It's on my end. Something's just locking up. I must have a
Yeah,
virus on
okay.
this computer. So.
Yeah, like I said, your camera was freezing up a little bit here and there.
Yeah, it's just old school.
Yep, it's that David Wilcock we're talking about. Yeah, apparently shot himself in front of Denver police at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, like 2 days ago. But if you see Carrie down, and it should be on your screen. There's a survey, a poll. We can throw these up now. uh, if you type in the number 1 or you say yes, or the number 2 or no, or number 3 or I don't know. Either way, you do it. The number 3 by itself and enter. That'll put the answer up on the poll there. I'm going to type in a number 1. It'll put a whole bunch of yeses in there. Boom. But see if you can try it. And it usually puts off. Also, I thought it put up a number of how many people answered. So I guess it only counts me as one, even though there's 5 things it sends, or 10 things, 8 things. We send out 8 at a time. But yeah, it's a very sad time. I never met him. Jeff, whom I do the Church of Mavis with, he's met him and interviewed him several times on the show before I came on. And like you, I've watched him for decades. I mean, he dominated Ancient Aliens television programs for at least the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 seasons. Let me see if there was some sort of fallout with him. They for some reason he hasn't been on in a long time, so I'm sure there's a reason for that. Just don't know what it is. Someone said he's a clone. Here we go. David Wilcox says he elected not to appear on Ancient Aliens with John Podesta. Huh. I don't think that would be a reason for leaving the show. Oh wow, here's his final post. Let's see. It says, "My dear family," this is from David Wilcox. I guess it's the Twitter account. "My dear family, I am not yet sure if I am doing a show tomorrow. I've had some very intense stuff going on this weekend. Either way, I want you all to know how much I love you, how much I love and appreciate you. Always remember that the Creator is within and we live in a loving universe." And there's more. Hang on. And we live in a loving universe. I am very grateful to you. I lost my space. Where did I go? Either way, I want you all to know how much I love and appreciate you. Always remember the creators within you. Blah, blah. I am very grateful to you for all of your love, care, and support. Thank you to all of my donors and regular loyal supporters, including Linda Kiesling, Ross Feinstein, Mary Goldwater, Chris Brown, Sammy B. Vacapolo, Free Queen C963, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so a whole bunch of, I guess this is people that sent him money. That's a very cryptic last message for sure. You back, Joe?
Drop me in. Let's see. It is very cryptic last message.
Yeah. Do you see the poll?
Yeah, hold on, come back. Yeah, I see that.
So the way it works is you can type in the answer, you can type in the number, either or both, and it works. I did one, and it showed it. But if you go under widgets, that's where that is. You can only have one up at a time, but you can do different ones.
That's cool. Matter of fact, I was working on an APC poll yesterday. I need to put it up. I'll probably wait till. I'll probably put it up tonight, either tonight or tomorrow morning. Just approval rating for the war, for Trump, general bullshit. As it stands right now, it looks like Rubio is going to be the next president of the United States.
Yeah.
He's pulling ahead of everybody, including any Democrats. Yeah.
Well, I think this Iran deal is hurting Vance because he's not getting anything done with these assholes. Pardon my French.
Yes. It's Christopher. No, we'll talk about it on Friday. But anyway, we're going to get to our original topic in a minute. But what are you talking about? Well, first off, we're not supposed to use period. Yes. Yeah, it's a bad word when you're talking. It should never come out of your mouth, especially when you're in the middle of a conversation or someone's asking you questions. You shouldn't say that's bad. Yeah. Actually, I didn't know how bad I did it until I was filming. This was like 25 years ago. I was filming for somebody. And the guy said, "Stop it." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Stop saying I'm like, "What?" I said, No. He said, "Hold on." He played back just 3 minutes, and I said like 16 times. Oh yeah, so it's a conscious thing now. There's actual several words you shouldn't be using. What do you mean made up words? No made up words. So I know y'all have heard.
I dyslexify words, which is a little different than making new words.
Yeah, well, that can happen too. The weird banner is actually for the topic tonight. Yes. Well, so when you look at our solar system, maybe we'll take a break and then we'll talk
about it. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of a heavy subject we just went through.
It's you know what? I haven't seen no Star Trek this stuff week because I've been in LA all week. Yes. And it's called.
And listen, when you're in LA, you don't have to watch Star Trek. There's enough alien people running around that area that you just look out the window and bam,
I'm gonna talk more about this on Friday. But LA people are weird.
Very.
They're bad about keeping their clothes on. The only place I've ever seen worse than that is New Orleans, and that's just because everybody thinks you can get naked in New Orleans, which you can, people, but you think you can.
Well, they also think you can get beads.
Well, you get beads.
There's a reward,
you get beads 1 month out of the year. You can go down and get half naked and get beads.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's
but
negative
not the
behavior
other
reinforced
11
by
months,
positive reinforcement.
Yes, but not by the 11 other months, people. And Jack, voodoo is legal in Louisiana. It's considered a real religion. Yes, it is. Oh yeah, Louisiana is one of the few places where things that are contradicted each other live side by side. Matter of fact, there's a thing you can watch, 100 contradictory things. No other states can do these kind of things and get away with it. It's because Louisiana's back-asswards. Think of it this. There's 4 times in Louisiana history where it was the wealthiest state in the union, not by just a little bit, by a lot. But yet somehow it always hovers around the third to last on the list. Figure that one out. Still today, produces more oil than even Texas does. And still,
even though that's true, though, Louisiana still stacks up way higher on the public education scale than Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
Yeah, well, Mississippi's been getting lucky. They've been rolling on up. But finally, the governor started dumping those billions of dollars we make off. The casinos down here make $250 million a month.
Jeez.
And that's actually down like 15%.
What?
$250 million a month.
God damn.
You do the math, people.
Can you imagine? What would you do with a $250 million paycheck? I mean, you couldn't spend it fast enough.
So that means they're paying the state no less than $25 million per month. Per month.
In taxes?
No, Jack. No, yeah, tax. No, Jack. No. Not one casino. I wish one casino was making. That's probably all.
Multiple.
That's probably the coastal casinos because they got the northern. Mississippi has casinos in 3 different parts of the state. They got it in the bottom along the coast, which is the cool part. They got it in Vicksburg, which is on the river, which is also cool, but they're kind of older. And then they got some closer to Memphis. And well, Memphis and northern Mississippi is like half hour apart, my friend. It's only like 4.5 hours from where I live. I live on the coast. Yes.
But go back to what you just said, though. Think about that. Even if you just got the $25 million tax, pay for that income, you still couldn't spend that fast enough to go poor.
$300 million a year they're giving the state. But wait, that's not all they get because all these people. That's just the casino. That's not the hotels or the restaurants or anything that goes along with
Or
the
the
casino.
booze tax. Yeah.
Yes,
Geez.
it's just the gambling part of the casino. So you can add that in another. So that means they're getting about $600 million a year in revenue. Yeah. They're raking in the buck. And Mississippi's a little state. It's only got like 3 million people in it. At one point, they were moving out so fast they couldn't keep count. Now they're moving in so fast. Mississippi got smart. It started bringing business down here, but the education level in Mississippi was poor. I think it was like 50th or 49th in the nation. So trying to get these people these high-end jobs without proper education was hard to do. So Mississippi said, well, we're going to do this for the future. We're going to up the education levels, start using our own people and bringing in people that want to stay here because of the education. Mississippi, as a state, has a lot to offer. It doesn't have any income tax. It has beautiful vista coast, great swamps, good food, and it's in between several other big cities. So it's a cool place to live, but not when it was the worst state in the union, worst job rate, worst everything. Now all that's changed, all because of. And I hate to give casinos credit, but a good chunk of that money comes from the casinos. Yes, but anyway, enough about all of that. What was that, Mandy? What the hell are you talking about, Mandy? Oh, you mean the song Mandy? Is that what you're talking about?
Just real quick though, just on top of all those taxes, the casinos pay, the dealers, the poker dealers, the croupiers, the guys that move the cards for the other games and move the dice, $19.19 per hour in Mississippi, not counting tips, which could be up to $200 per day. So think about that. You get paid $20 an hour, and then you get $200, $300. Maybe even if you just go home with $75 in tips. I'm sure it's a lot more than that as a dealer. I've seen with people when they walk away, they throw a couple of chips at them. Just think about that.
Yeah. Plus, we don't tax. They don't tax tips.
No.
Now the Fed don't tax tips, and the state don't tax tips. That's your money now.
If that guy works 45 hours, or 60 hours in the week, those extra 20 hours are not taxed. And I think we have to check this out on one of the other shows. I think they take it out and you get it back. I think they still take it out.
They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to do anything, but because. So what's weird about when you get into tax, which we're not going to get into much, people, because we'll save a Friday show. But what's weird is how the tax is done. So if it's tips that are being given to you, you're tipping them at the table, they don't show those anyway. Hardly anybody ever did. So none of that money is going to get reported anyhow. The tips that you really got to worry about money coming out of was shared tips that were paid on credit cards and had to be paid back to you. That's the difference. But a lot of people tip cash.
Yes.
And a lot of restaurants, if you get tipped on the credit card, they pay you that night. If it's a direct tip, in other words, but if some companies and some restaurants do shared tips, like when you're in California, before you even pay for your dinner, they put an 18% tip on. You can tip more if you want, but they put an 18% tip on. So that means everybody in a restaurant gets a share of that. It's a shared tip. A lot of places do it that way. But if you're local here, you don't pay taxes on neither state or Fed tax. California, you don't have to pay Fed, but you still have to pay state. It's one of them things. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, about 5 minutes, and we'll be back. I think the Disco Star Trek is up. Actually, I saw something on my screen a minute ago. Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, I'm working on another poll for the second half, so
go ahead and do that. So we're going to take a break while Jay's messing with the poll. We're going to put y'all on some disco data here. They should have named this Disco Data. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I was stuck in 10 forward with the Vulcan delegation, the most boring celebration in the United Federation. The Klingons and the Romulans were trying to be polite. William Riker's getting lucky here tonight. That's when the idea struck me. I let Ghana know the score. Then I found the nearest holodeck and opened up the door. Computer, give me disco. Put some glitter on the screen. I want the funkiest roller program that this ship has ever seen. Synthesize the rhythm, make the polyester shine. Kill the lights and set the star date to 1979. The sensors overloaded, my terminal exploded. The disco holoprogram was suddenly uploaded. It reached communication like a bug simulation. That funky, nasty bass line was played at every station. Inertial dampeners failing, the diplomats were wailing. The loudest sound the quadrants ever heard was auto scaling. The doctor started tapping, the captain started rapping. The buttons of their uniforms were literally snapping. No way to isolate it, we had to celebrate it. I invited everyone on board and no one hesitated. The prime directive is to dance and forward, never stood a chance. The holodeck just took control, now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile, you gotta let go. Engage the dance floor and make it so. The prime directive is to dance, avert all power to the trance. Computer, blast that bass again, let's take this party to War 10. Now Scotty's in the DJ booth. He's remixing the sound. Cues rolling up a fat one. Don't believe me? Ask around. Hooplas crack the frequency. Now the folks on all the comms. She's dropping subspace baseline beats like they were photon bombs. Data's doing the robot. Kirk just ripped off the shirt. Murphy's doing the hustle. Joey ate all the dessert. The doctor's overriding all his ethical subroutines. Saw him popping hollow pills and snorting lines with the breed. Janeway spiked the coffee with some nebula delight. And I heard her threaten to kill whoever don't get down tonight. It's red alert on every deck. Got Tuvok pinching every neck. Ferengi women are turning tricks. The Borg just plugged into the mix. They're scanning us from deep in space. They wanna come to rock this place. Forget the rules and regulations. United Fuck a Federation. The prime directive is to dance and forward, never stood a chance. The holodeck just took control. Now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile. You gotta let go. Engage the dance floor and make it so. The prime directive is to dance. Avert all power to the trance. Computer, blast that bass again. Let's take this party to War 10. Calling the Enterprise. Beam me up. Calling Voyager. Beam me up. Deep Space Nine. Are you feeling fine? This is Deep Space Nine. We're feeling fine.
Captain, the funk is reading off the scale. Dopamine levels at 100%. Inhibitions at 0. It is highly illogical. It is fascinating.
Hit it! The prime directive is to dance and forward, never stood a chance. The holodeck just took control. Now let the groove into your soul. Resistance is futile. You gotta let go. Engage the dance floor and make it so. The prime directive is to dance. Divert all power to the trance. Computer, blast that bass again. Let's take this party to War 10. The prime directive is to dance. Set phases to funk. O'Brien energize. Set phases to funk.
Hailing frequencies open, Captain. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not the DJ. Live long and get down.
Yeah, live long and get down. Welcome back, everybody. That was a bit on the weird side. It's not like a little Humpty Dumpty straw track to get your brain going.
Damn it, I hit the wrong button again.
I don't know what it always says wicked AI is what it always says. That particular one has 260 70,000 subscribers, 716,000 plays. Somebody's making a little
They're pretty good. I mean, they're
Well, they're
almost
funny.
accurate for all of them. Yeah, they're funny.
Yeah, they're funny.
Yeah.
So anyway, getting back to what we were talking, or getting to what we were talking about. No, guys, we a little bit about David Wilcox in the beginning of the show when Jay took over because my computer decided to go wonky for some reason.
Yeah, and I did while we were on break. I did look on IMDb on his account, his entry there, and it puts him in died April 20th, 2026. Doesn't say why, just says he's dead.
Well, no, the original article we read a little earlier said 2020 would have been yesterday.
Yeah, it was today, April 20th. Yeah, 420.
Yeah, maybe he got hold of some bad ganja.
Yeah, maybe you got to hold some street weed with some fentanyl in it or
I
something.
mean, he is in Colorado after all, Boulder, and they got a lot of
Boulder.
50, they got that 50 THC up there, man. Yeah, make you
There's only
think.
two reasons to live in Boulder: you either like to live high or you like to live high.
Yeah, or you like to live high and high.
There you go.
Christiana. Actually, we had some relatives named Christiana. Yes, from Mafia. I'm gonna say, but yeah.
So, but pray tell, what are we going to speak about this hour?
So actually, we're going to actually be talking about what. So, we bring this up all the time, people, about where Earth is in the grand scheme of the cosmos. Where are we located in the solar system?
There it is, right there on the background.
Yeah, we're looking badass up there.
Yeah,
with the little black hole back there, and
it's Saturn's going all woke.
Yeah, I know it's got little jellyfish swimming around and stuff. I'm not sure
that's not Saturn's rings. Jupiter's rings are going the wrong direction. They're circumpolar, not equatorial.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's where does Thor live? Yeah,
Thor.
Yeah, Thor. Look over there to the left, behind the pictures. Asgard.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you know?
I don't know what this stuff is up here. This spacecraft thingy up here by the black hole is.
Yeah.
Actually,
there's space lightning and shit going on. Oops, sorry. Pardon my French.
It's no, I mean, this was just I asked AI to make this for to show life, multiple planets in the solar system with life, and that's not even the first one.
What's the green one with the mushrooms coming? One mushroom has rings.
Now, I don't know. That whole thing was just on the weird side. Yes, it was, people.
It fits then. So I'm not complaining. I'm just curious what planet are they thinking of? Venus? I don't know. Probably Venus. Venus is green, isn't it?
Let me do this again.
Having fun with AI. Well, while we're having fun with AI, this slide, this poll is about. I'm not going to answer, but you type 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, and it gives us your answer, and it automatically updates as you hit enter. Do you think some of the aliens visiting? Well, I forgot to put Earth. Visiting Earth are natives of our solar system? Yes, no, some, or all. 1, 2, 3, or 4. There's only 4 choices it would give me. I was going to put a fifth one, aliens don't exist, but if you don't think aliens exist, it's counted as no. I mean, you can't see me. This isn't fair. Let's do that.
All right, where are we at? Let's go.
Oh, and check this out, Joe. Ding.
Whoops, how'd I get back up there?
Boing.
Oh, you're moving around? That's cool.
Ding.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, no, Jack, I'm going to show you something in just a second as soon as I put it up there. Okay, where were we?
Oh, hello.
Okay, so now a little education for all of our friends.
So
you see the little dot right there? That's Earth.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's Earth's sun, I should say, actually.
It's Sol, yes.
So when you look around, you'll notice there's dense packs of stars. And here we are. Now, there is a little line of stars right here. Okay, like some
Yes, that's what we
busted it
call
up.
the Milky Way. Yes.
Now, these are the Milky Way. These are the bands. This is some rogue shit right here. So you
Yeah.
can see it. It's like some kind of thing
Oh,
off.
those are all the red star. Yeah, okay. See, I see what you're talking now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Where
anyway,
your cursor is now, that's what we call the Milky Way. What's going left or right of us is all the red stars.
so when you look at this, you'll see us there. Now let's cruise over here. Oh, you can't even find us in this mess.
Yeah.
Now there we are again, right there.
Yep.
Okay.
Between the Orion and Sagittarian arms, closer to this Orion than the Sagittarius.
So they've added. So originally, people, when you looked at this, there was just 1, 2 arms, and then because we're now 160,000 light years, of course, it may be even bigger now. They've had to add more arms because the Milky Way was bigger than it originally supposed it was. Plus, this little section right here in the middle is not quite what they thought that was either. So a lot of people thought it was a giant sun. Turns out it's a giant black hole, but looks like a sun. Why is that?
Which is also, it used to be called, even during run of Star Trek, the original run, that area was called the Shapley Center of the universe, of the galaxy, and he speculated that it was a black hole, so he was correct.
Now here we are again, and you'll notice something interesting about this map. So here's Earth. We're looking on this side over here. Just out here, and this is all by. When you look over here, you'll notice there's a big gap all the way across.
Yeah,
like something was shoved through there.
Yeah.
Through those, that's star clusters, people. So it looks like Earth was.
That's the exact path of whatever it is that came through and smacked into Earth while it was forming and knocked it on its off of its axis. Which is why we spin, like, I think it's 27 degrees. Hey, Google, how far off axis does the Earth spin?
The Earth spins on an axis that is currently tilted about 23.44 degrees from the perpendicular to its orbital plane around the Sun.
23.44 degrees.
So it's showing you the arms, so people don't, you know what the arms are. People get all confused with these damn arms. And there's our solar system right there.
Yep. I see Sagittarius. I see, where's the Orion arm? I don't see it.
What we got up here? Nope, that's not it.
What's that word? It says Sagittarius. Follow that line. Up there, go up to the top. It says Sagittarius, right? Yeah, read that.
It says supermassive black hole.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. Central bulge, arms bend bright. Yeah, you know all about all of that. But you see, people, these are the major arms. This is a major arm. This is a major arm. This is a major arm. We're in between the major arms. This is some like piece that broke off and is going rogue on its own. And as you've seen in that picture we showed you before, something definitely passed through.
Yeah.
So Earth may have been from the Milky Way. Earth may have been from the Sagittarius galaxy, because that's what's right above all of this. So somewhere right out here.
Well, for one thing, that's for sure.
One Sagittarius.
One planet revolves exactly opposite of all the others, Venus. So maybe it came from the Orion galaxy and was captured by our sun, and we came from the Sagittarius, or vice versa. It could be either direction.
See, and you can tell this is old because it's only 100,000 light years across.
Hey, Mish. So what is the yellow part? Is that the event horizon for the black hole?
No, that's the bulge where all the stars are compressed in there and they're bulging outward. Right here in the very, very center, this other dot is the black hole.
Okay. New arm, Scutum Centaurus. There's the Perseus arm, which has been there before, yeah?
And if you look up at the top, you'll notice it says a new arm.
No, Mish, but check this out. Here, let me get this out for you. Look behind us. Oh, I don't know if it'll show with the screen up, but no, it won't. When he stops presenting this, I'll show you the background picture. It's pretty cool.
Let's see.
And you can also answer our new poll. Do you think some of the aliens that are visiting Earth are natives of our solar system? Yes, no, some, or all. Just type in the number of the answer you want.
You see, we're just stuck in between all this other traffic out here.
Yeah. You are here.
Yeah, right on the edge, man.
How did they get that picture though? I mean,
I
is
know
that a
you
picture?
got.
That well,
It's got to be
maybe
a remake. It's got to be a remake because it's we don't have anything outside the galaxy as far as I know of.
Is Viking out that far? No, it's
Not
not.
that
Is
far,
it?
man. That's outside the galaxy. That's not outside the
Yeah.
solar system. I guess one of the telescopes. Nah, there's no way. That has to be a.
So Mish thinks some of the aliens visiting our solar system are from this solar system. So that I agree.
Yeah, which. So anyway, people, just to show you that Earth is not just randomly found. We're not really in the main part of the galaxy. We're kind of off. See, there we are,
We're
right
in
there.
between those two spiral arms, Orion
And
and
you
Sagittarius.
look at this, you think, oh, that's close. No, that's probably 50,000 light
I
years.
think it's like what is it? 10? I think it's 10. Hey Google, how far are we from the two different arms of the galaxy?
Our solar
Ask her that.
system is located within the Orion arm of the Milky Way, so you could say we are on one of the arms. To the center of the galaxy, which is the closest part of the spiral structure, we are about 25,000 to 27,000 light years away. It's difficult to give an exact distance to the other major arms since we're embedded in the galaxy, but we're generally between them.
So
Yeah.
20 to 30 parsecs from the center of the galaxy, and probably 1 to 2 parsecs from the other arm.
Yeah, so nowhere near close. Nothing. That
Yeah,
we
there's
can
no
get
way
to.
we're not getting to it. We are closer to the Orion arm, so we can get it to that closer. So it seems like our solar system is being pulled from the Milky Way galaxy itself, from the Orion arm into the Sagittarian arm. That's what it appears from that picture.
Yeah, see, there's the bulge from the side. That's what you were asking about. You see how it bulges out?
Yeah.
What's that, Jimmy? No, they're all over the place. What is this? Is that Mars?
Yeah, I think that's
Oh,
Mars.
no, that's Earth.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, look at that. Guys, if you haven't seen those pictures from Mars, they are fabulous. This is from Earth, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah, the night sky on Mars. Oh, holy cow.
And y'all can go out there and. Well, so originally they're confused about the galaxy. Let's just leave it at that. It's been doing things lately that it's not supposed to do. And it's supposed to be expanding at one rate, at one speed, but it's expanding differently all over the place. It travels at different speeds. It goes really
Mish
fast.
says an absolute yes. So Mish asks, are we like a corkscrew traveling through the universe? Well, we're traveling through the galaxy. The galaxy itself is traveling, and we're traveling with it through the universe. So you could say, in a way, yes.
Everything's turning.
Our Earth is spinning this way. It's going around the sun. The sun is spinning. All the planets are spinning. Okay, and then that is spinning with that spiral arm and traveling through the galaxy. And we're not tumbling, but we're going up and down and through things. So yeah,
it's insane.
We're basically being dragged through the universe by the intense gravity of the black hole.
I tell you what, it's intense when you think about how our planets move around.
Our system is flushing, and we're following the flush of the galaxy. I mean, it's profound. It will give you migraines.
It's insanity is what it is. Let's see if I can find what I was looking for. Let's see. And by the way, it seems like we're a lot closer to Andromeda than we were told.
Really? How close are we to Andromeda?
Way closer, like half the distance.
It used to be 4, so two light years.
No, not light years. It would be, I think originally it was 4 billion light years. Light years.
The Andromeda galaxy was 4 light years. Hey Google, how far away
not
is
4
the
light years.
Galaxy?
The sun's more than 4 light years.
The closest major galaxy to us and is about 2.5 million light years away.
2.5 million.
Yeah.
Light years.
1 light year is not. You can't even get to the sun in a light year. It's I think it's what 93 or so. No, what is it? Oh, I forget now. I think to travel to Jupiter it takes 2 years at the speed of light.
Yeah,
that would be 2 light years.
Yeah, something like that. No, well, no. I don't think that's right. I think it's, hey Google, how fast does it take from light from the sun to hit Jupiter?
Sunlight takes about 43 minutes to travel from the sun and reach Jupiter.
Yeah, it's 2 years from Earth to Jupiter right now with our current space technology.
Yeah, 43 seconds. Because what is it? How many seconds is it to the sun?
8 for us.
Let's see.
So if the sun explodes, we'll see it, and then 8 seconds later we won't.
Yeah, 8 seconds later we won't. Yes, we'll be engulfed by when it becomes a red giant.
Like, wow, what is the sun doing? Oh, you won't care. It'll be over that quick. You won't even have time to like find a place. There's no place on Earth you can hide from it. It would destroy everything out to about Jupiter.
Yeah, you better hope you have an FTL ship. Is all I got to say.
Yeah, and get in it like within 5 minutes so you can turn it on.
Let's see. Let's see if we can find this picture or not. Maybe
What kind of picture are we looking for?
I'm looking for this one that shows us eating the red dwarf galaxy Sagittarius.
Oh wow!
It's there's actually some pretty good vids out there.
So then I'd have to say that the bulk of our solar system is from the Sagittarian. I'm sorry, the Orion arm, the original part, whatever was left, the original part of the Milky Way, and then the Sagittarian galaxy, which is being sucked in, dragged in a planet called Venus, and maybe it is Venus that made that space and hit Earth. That is one of the speculations by Velikovsky.
No, but you know that picture we showed where it was an empty region. That's like
yes, I'm talking about, yeah.
No, let me finish. That's like multiple solar systems. That's not like just a little planet. That would have had to been like a wave of red dwarfs or a wave of solar systems rushing into ours as a group.
Whatever caused it,
because it cleared out the area.
That's what dropped the planet Venus in our solar system.
Well, it might have been, but it might have already have been here. It might have been what dropped. We might have been what was dropped in. We might be the remnants of Venus's solar system. We may have destroyed it when we were drug in from Sagittarius.
Yeah,
because everybody forgets, but there would have been a lot of merging going on, and our solar system shows what appears to be a lot of merging was going on. A lot of collisions. Jeffrey, no, they've been talking about this for kind of like 3 decades. I've heard a group of scientists says the only way we could have got here. I've heard a group of scientists says no way that's how we got here. It drives me crazy because they don't know. It all started. So they did a survey of the suns around us, around Sol. Those suns are red dwarf suns. Those suns are from the Sagittarius red dwarf galaxy. That's where they're from. And we're surrounded by them, which either means somehow they surrounded us without damaging us, or we're just part of the whole cluster that's moving along. And now had just been picked up by the Milky Way and is now in sync with the Milky Way arms. And that's how it's supposed to work anyway. So I don't know. But it would explain that there could have been life coming from a different galaxy here. We could have been brought in from a different place. There could have been two solar systems here, and this is the remnants of both solar systems. And there may have been 3 or 4 types of life because of that. But we don't know because all we got left to look at is what we got. Mars is effed up. Venus is way effed up. The 5th planet is dust. Maybe there was a rogue other planet, but it's out in the Oort cloud somewhere. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know, but your guess is as good as mine. Jay was possessed by aliens. That's all that was. Don't worry about that. It happens sometimes. They take over.
They may type in a number 3 on the YouTube chat.
They just take over sometimes. Well, I mean, I know nothing. There's nothing that we're saying that can be proved or disproven. There's a lot of evidence to say that's exactly what happens. There's a lot of evidence that says no, they're just surrounding us. Regardless, there are stars around us that are from a different galaxy. So either we're part of that cluster, or we've been surrounded by those stars for God knows how long, and maybe they were forced
I
through us.
tend to think the other way because most of the stars in the Orion arm are yellow. We're yellow, and most of the Sagittarian things are red. So I think we're more a conglomeration of a collision of a red solar system hit ours. Maybe that's what destroyed the 5 inner planets and gave us Venus.
Maybe more than likely it was probably still here. It was probably just something that was already here, got whacked. Because something about the way the planets are set up seems like they've been stationary. That's the only reason I ever. That's the main reason. Well, no. And by the way, there's lots of
but the
yellow
is,
suns in the
tied
Sagittarius
into
galaxy.
Tied into tonight's subject, the thing is that if the aliens are so interested in this solar system, why? If they're not from it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They may not necessarily be so interested in this solar system as this is actual home because they're from the Sagittarius and it's been drug over. They've been, because remember, they always say the light beams are from a different galaxy.
Okay, so then that's a different take. So instead of them being from Mars and the broken up,
no, they would still be from Mars. Just Mars is not from the Milky Way; it's from Sagittarius. It's the only difference.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, there's lots of yellow suns in Sagittarius.
We have an Orion armed sun merged with the Sagittarius.
Well, we don't know that because there's lots of yellow stars in Sagittarius, and not just red. There's lots of yellow, and there's lots of red stars around us. See, our problem is we're in the middle of them. It's not like they're top, left, or right. We're completely surrounded. Without getting whacked, that's impossible unless you're being drug along with the group. That's the only thing that ever made me even think that, is because when you look at us, we're completely surrounded by red, and they're nearby. People, they're not even that far off. They're all over the place. And it's almost like we're just in the middle of a cluster. So either we're moving like this.
A long time ago, it was a shock. There's a lot. I mean, more than it was amazing. There's a lot of red stars.
Yeah, there's a lot of red stars. A lot. So the problem being is this is
it only Earth. Gives you 4, Mish.
You get Earth surrounded by red stars. So if it was them coming at us, then we wouldn't be completely surrounded. It'd be at least one side that would be clear out, because we wouldn't have surrounded us yet. Or if they were rushing up on us like that, surrounding us, one would have probably hit us by now. The fact that we're not being hit suggests that we're part of the movement, part of the time, part of the click. All those stars are moving together.
Science proves that with our especially our space telescopes now, that they know how fast, not just we're moving around the sun and the planets moving around the sun, but how fast the whole system, the whole solar system, is moving along with all the crap left, right, top, and bottom of us.
It's Jackie, it gets crazy.
We can see a lot more, and we can get a lot more data with those space scopes than we have with just anything Earth-based.
No, Hubble brought us a lot, and Webb is bringing us even more.
Well, the new one that they're still working on is going to bring us more, because it's going to have gas spectrometry. I don't know how, but it's going to have the equivalent of gas spectrometry. Say that once really fast. So it'll be able to tell if there's an atmosphere, and then if there is an atmosphere, it'll be able to tell you if there's just like mechanical evidence, like unnatural emissions from machines. That would be a definite sign of life. That would give us the definite answer. As it stands now, I already know the answer, but the rest of the planet just seems to not know or care.
Yeah, people got their own little thing going. People. Boom! Death. Get off there. Go back. Don't fucking ding dong. Oh, beep, beep, beep. Sorry, people. And look at the difference in the way the galaxy looked before it merged. Didn't even hardly have any arms. Boom! There it goes.
That's just an artist's rendition, though. We don't know how accurate that actually is.
Well, no, they got a pretty accurate idea because they can see it. They can see by.
Well, I mean, what that one is doesn't appear to me to be very
Well, no,
realistic.
no,
But I'm sure
this
I'm sure
this is
NASA and
just
other scientists have the ability to map it with a computer, and it probably looks a little different.
no, that's actually what this is supposed to be. It's that's actually supposed to be he said a NASA rendition is what it was. NASA,
You
there's
rocking
quite
a
a few
bed.
of them
Try
NASA's
not to
got
burn the house
there.
down.
But what it shows is the galaxy hitting us and then being pushed sideways. And the reason they know that is when they look at it in the telescopes, they can see that part of the galaxy being meshed and mushed, being
Yeah.
smushed together and stuff, and the light distortions and stuff. So they can see a lot of this, but in the beginning they had no idea what it was. What's this? Okay, that was creepy stupid is what that was.
Stop looking at the stars as a peaceful home. The Milky Way is a serial killer, or more accurately, a galactic cannibal. Right now, our galaxy is slowly devouring its smaller neighbors, like the Sagittarius dwarf galaxy. We're literally stripping their stars away to grow our own size. But karma is a beast, and it's coming for us. The Andromeda Galaxy is charging toward us at 250,000 miles per hour. It's a high-speed cosmic crash course. In 4 billion years, these two giants will merge into one massive, chaotic monster galaxy. Scientists call the new galaxy Milkomeda. I think that's boring. What's a better name for our future home? Best name wins the comments.
Yeah, Fever, there you go. You're gonna die one day when we smack into the Andromeda
Yeah,
galaxy.
let's just call it the Armageddon Galaxy because it's guess. But will we be alive even? Will our species be around? Four
Maybe not.
billion years from now?
We may.
I don't know.
Already have colonies over there and colonies in other places. Well, they know because it's when this happens, it's kind of like for us, it's like slow motion. For the grand scheme of the universe, it's really, really fast. But for us, because it takes billions of years for shit to happen. So, all right, they start to hit a billion years later. Oh, they're getting merged in again. Oh, 2 billion years are kind of all over. And 8 billion years, and it looks like a whole different thing. Meanwhile, we've come and gone 100 billion times.
Oh, there you go, Mish.
But anyway, Jack, getting back to being serious, the reason I brought this up is it's looking more and more like there's life on Mars. Right now, most scientists agree they're going to find some type of microbiological life. And some people think maybe even that most people agree we're going to find some kind of plants. You might even find
If
some
they're saying they're going
nematodes
to
and
find
stuff.
bacteria, I'll guarantee you they're going to find under the mountain of Olympus or whatever, they're going to find a bony fish living in an underwater lake that's white and blind.
Well, actually, what they were talking about is so in the Arctic and Antarctic, the ice caps melt and something grows underneath them every year. You can see it expand. So they know they're almost positive it's got to be some some type of algae or something along those lines. Now, if you've got that, you've probably got some type of insect or rodent type life. So we do know there's been oxygen and methane plumes usually or when stuff like vegetation is rotting and burping up. So probably underground in several locations,
Or
you have
huge
rotting
herds
vegetation.
of creatures die all at once.
Yeah, but more than likely, because this is something that happens seasonal, it's more than likely the plants
The
die.
bacteria, yeah.
And so you got some producing oxygen, something producing methane. We know for a fact it's liquid water now, and now we know that all the water did not leave Mars. And this is important because we were always taught that the water floated off the surface of Mars. But now we find out that the two ice caps are huge, enough to cover the entire planet with water. But more importantly, in some places, the ice, the surface ice is up to a couple of miles thick. Actually, I think in one place it said it was something like 22 miles. It's permafrost, basically. Same thing we have here on Earth. Just sheets of ice. And it's not hydrogen or nitrogen ice, it's water ice, H2O ice.
Liquid water.
Which means liquid water and oxygen. So, well, I'm just saying we know that's there, which means there's some oxygen on the planet too. The thing with Mars is you got to thicken the atmosphere up for two reasons. One, so you don't have to wear a pressure suit. Two, to trap some heat in to make it easier to grow stuff. No, it's going to always be artificial light on Mars because Mars is too freaking far away from the sun. Yeah, it's way far from the sun. Yeah, so you're going to have limited sunlight. Well, no, see, it's different. When you get out into the middle of the solar system where Jupiter and Saturn are, they are like little mini suns themselves. There's enough light coming off those planets to light up another planet. Don't ask me. That's how it works. Plus, Jupiter and Saturn are so big, they tug on the smaller planets, make them move around and cause heat. So they get friction and heat, they develop atmospheres. So they have atmospheres and heat and liquid. You're going to find life on several. I guarantee you, within 100 years, they'll have found life in at least a dozen locations in our solar system. Because there's so much in our solar system to explore. No, you can't pigeonhole life because look at our own planet. It's everywhere. Life is not the exception on Earth. It's the norm. I mean, look how many different species live here. It's not like it's us and some crickets, people.
And well, not only that, this will probably blow some people's minds. Outer space itself also houses billions of creatures that live in outer space. Without that, life throughout the galaxy would be impossible.
Yeah.
And Mish, that's actually me.
Jackie, well, a lot of people do think the octopus is extraterrestrial, which means it survived inside of a rock full of water until it hit the water on Earth and said, where the hell am I? Let's make baby octopuses. Octopus is way smarter than people give them credit for. Some bitches will walk across land. You know, in the old days, you say giant octopuses come on land. Everybody said, oh, bullshit. Well, come find out octopuses do go on land. Well, I imagine in the day there were some monster ones. There was nothing. They were unchecked. Giant squid, giant octopus. When you listen talk about the size of whales they used to bring in back in the day, they're much larger than anything you catch today. It's because we don't let them mature. No, so the only reason I said this is because Venus looks like it may have been because of its upper atmosphere. It suggests that it had life. Mars suggested it had life. Earth seems like it's had life more than once. And if the fifth planet was legit, it probably had life too. And as far as we know, there's another planet out there in the Oort cloud that may have had life too. So we just don't know. All we know for sure is it just seems like there's some oddities between Mars and ourselves. Yeah, like our biological clock set to the wrong planet. No scientists today can explain it. And then they will argue about it. But when you sit somebody down and time them over a month, you find out that it's true. Jack, you don't remember? So you remember we used to set our clocks an hour forward or an hour backward, right? But if you paid attention, there was times along the line when we used to adjust our clocks. Yes. It would come from the world clock and they would actually physically adjust your clock.
Yeah, I don't have my cell phone here, but anyone who has a cell phone, you don't have to adjust that anymore. It does it for you. If you have a smart clock, I have a smart clock that, it's like it's the Google speaker, but it has a clock face and numbers, and it doesn't play videos like my like I have a kitchen display that you can watch like videos of how to cook something and watch it while you're cooking. But it works just like an alarm clock, but it updates itself every 6 months when it changes forward or backward. So you don't have to worry about changing. They warn you at work, don't forget to change your time, right? So no one has that problem anymore. But still, it's a dumb thing to do anyway. It should stop.
Well, yeah, they should do that. But they had this thing. There was a couple of times when the clock had to be adjusted forward 10 minutes or backwards 5 minutes. It happened a lot when I was a teenager. That That was the world clock, people. It was like the whole
There was,
nation.
yeah,
had
they
it,
were. I think it was because they were adjusting and or fixing. They were either updating. They did something with the cesium clock in Greenwich.
Yeah, it was weird, but no, I haven't seen them do that since I think the last time I was in my 20s. Maybe early. No, I think it was my 20s. It's well, as far as the David Wilcox thing goes, I mean, we'll check into it more, and as more information comes available, we'll be sure to share it with y'all. But well, I know people like me and Jeffrey are going to be on it for sure. So,
There's a wind-up clock for you.
um, no, I didn't. I didn't. I mean, I did interviews with the guy, but I didn't know him well enough to say I was a friend or anything. No, I mean, 2 dozen interviews, maybe. I don't think there's anybody I haven't interviewed at least 2 dozen times, but I hate to see anybody take their own life. It sucks. That life's gotten bad enough that you feel like you need to take your own life.
My UFO just fell over.
I haven't seen who he was survived by. They show him one picture with some woman.
He's married to oh, was her name Katie? I don't remember. I closed the windows. I thought we were done with that segment. I don't know. Is that true? David Wilcox autobiographer passed away too?
Mhm.
Wow.
I mean, blowing yourself brains out in front of a cop is ultra dramatic. There's got to be a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate, but I can only think of a handful of reasons that would make you do that. Yeah, none of them good. Well, Robin Williams killed himself because he was in just horrible pain all the time. Living in pain's a bitch. It's hard to do. No, us old people be living on Mars in the next decade, so with really good painkillers. Elon Musk painkillers.
I don't think you'll need painkillers because when you get there, your spine will relax and you'll probably grow about 2 or 3 inches.
Yeah, the average astronaut, if they're up for a week or more, usually expands by 2 inches. Well,
That's just outside of our planet. Think about what you do on going to Mars. You might grow 4 inches.
Well, Mars is going to be interesting for a lot of reasons. You can't have sex.
Hey, Heidi, we got it. We got a new poll you can answer.
It should be easier. Yeah, but anyway, regardless about that, I mean, having children on Mars might be difficult because they're going to have to be in a 1G environment to grow properly. So you'd have to have some place they could live and thrive. It's something that had a 1G environment, whether it was a space station or a base. Could just be one spinning, but it could be something else. Well, by then they might have artificial gravity, and you just have a 1G environment. You just jog through Olympus Mons.
Yep.
It was 3 miles.
You'd be like John Carter on Mars. Ting,
Yeah.
Jump 5 miles.
Hey, baby,
Run 78 miles an hour.
I'm going to put in 500 miles today. Should be back. See you in 15 minutes, baby.
Like, yep. Bing, bing.
It's 1/3. No, Earth, not the moon is 1/6. Yeah, the moon is basically no gravity.
Hey, Google, what's the gravity like on Mars?
The gravity on Mars is much weaker than it is here on Earth. The surface gravity is about 3.7 meters per second squared, which is only about 38% of Earth's gravity.
Yeah, about 1/3.
So if you weighed 100 pounds here, you'd only weigh 38 pounds on Mars.
Nice.
So you got that, people. So if you weigh 300 pounds, you only weigh 90 or about 106 pounds. You fatties would feel like lightweights, man, jogging around. Yeah.
But if you weigh, I weigh 190. I'd weigh like 70, 80 pounds. I can deal with that.
So think how that works on your heart. Your heart's going to be like, what the fuck?
Think about that, because my doctor sent me a thing. He says, you need, if you're like, some of my tests came back that I'm pre-diabetic, and it says if you lose 10 pounds, we could prevent that. And I'm like, well, just think about if I went to Mars and now I weigh 80 pounds. I just lost, half my weight. Bam, overnight.
Say, Doc, can I eat more now, buddy?
Yeah. Can I have some more pasta, please, sir? None of us will be, Mish. None. No, none of us.
Actually, Jimmy, I've lost several friends to diabetes. Yes, some good ones too. All young. Yeah, all of them. Jason was 42 or 44 when he died. I think Mary was in her 30s. Jean was in her 30s. It's one of them things that can get you.
Yeah, it's all. Is it sugar that causes it? I mean, do they know? I don't know.
I forget how it breaks down. Jason explained it all to me one time and why he needed certain types of penicillin versus other types. And,
Insulin, not penicillin.
Oh, I did say penicillin, didn't I? Sorry, guys.
Yes.
Y'all ain't got the clap. No, penicillin's what you use when you got disease.
Yeah, that's when you get a
Infections.
social disease, you get a penicillin shot,
Or if you get like strep or something like that.
or you get the flu or the strep. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's effective. It's what is it? It's effective on viruses, or not the other one. So in other words, if it won't help you with a cold, but it'll help you with something else. Infection versus something else. I can't. Doctor told me one time. It's been so long that I forgot. Jimmy Lee. It is possible we're going to find that there was advanced life on Mars. It is possible we're going to find that advanced life may be responsible for life here. It's quite possible. Jay's just got another toy. Ignore him.
It's the newest thing. But
Sally's like, why does he keep moving that shit around on the screen?
Here's why I say they're cool. Watch, when you put it up there, it moves the UPRN logo over.
Mhm.
That's what was cool.
Yes, it's supposed to. It's our damn logo.
Yeah.
It better be moving over. Too bad you can't put the logo right in the middle of that world.
That sun. Yeah, that would be.
Well,
cool
that would be
too.
cool too. I was thinking about it in the black hole or the galaxy. Jeffrey.
Well, I mean, you could do that. You just have to center it so it would be in the center of this screen somehow. I'm sure you just,
Yeah, I guess you could generate it. No, Jeffrey. So, no, because we didn't really get into it because we got sidetracked with that stuff. But so really, it comes down to is at one point you could have had human type aliens living on this planet, the reptilians living on this planet, and human type aliens living on the big planet or Venus, and you could have the Greys living on Mars.
There are multiple discovered buildings all over this planet that are attributed to primitive peoples that had no ability or skill to create such a monstrosity. And on top of that, there are also several destroyed and underwater and destroyed, then underwater. They were destroyed first and then buried underwater. Cities and buildings, all of which were here before probably us. So it's not impossible. The evidence is all over the planet that there was some great civilization just before ours, and something came through and wiped it off.
Oh my
the
God,
face
an
of Earth.
alien.
Oh, there it is.
An alien has snuck into my lap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, girl.
An alien that needs head scritches, yeah.
Yeah. She said she ain't getting nobody. She's fuck all y'all.
No, we're a bag of chemicals in water. We're standing on a ball of clay.
Yeah.
It's actually more of an ellipse of clay.
Technically a ball of crystal.
Yeah.
Once the magma hardens. No, Jimmy, I just think that it's possible. The reason why these aliens are fascinated with us is because we're just direct descendants from the three original races that were here before us. Because this galaxy, this solar system, is 4.5 billion years old. Recently, they've pushed life back on our planet by about 500 million more years, which puts it about 1.5 billion years ago. So it used to only be about 750 million years ago. So it's looking more and more and more like that we were here. That there was
they were here before us, which is interesting and an intriguing point. But even more so, if they weren't so interested in this place and wanted to keep secret, they would be probably out in the open and wantonly killing us and taking over control. So whatever it is that they're doing, it's not at this point right now violent.
No, I always tell that to people when people.
There is the potential, but right at this point there is no, potential threat.
Well, a lot of times when I go to lectures, it's one or two sides. It's either the New Age side, they're here to enlighten us and save us and
Mhm.
kiss us and love us and wash us and the whole 9 yards. And the other side is they're here to kill us or wipe us out or eat us.
And
The
it's more like
problem is,
something in the middle.
yeah, the problem is, ladies and gentlemen, they've done neither. They haven't enlightened our species. We're still dumb as a box of rocks with the tops closed. I mean, we're just dumb.
Yeah.
And compared to them, we're way dumb. So they're not here to enlighten us. They're not wiping us out in mass and killing us in mass. They're not cooking us or barbecuing us. They're really here more observing than they are anything else. And we're a challenge.
And they may be picking and taking and choosing some elite, maybe mutated versions of us off planet for whatever purpose, but so far it doesn't seem either benevolent nor malevolent. It's rather
What it
neutral,
is.
actually, more of an observation,
Well,
and
when
experimentation.
you're born into the doctor's hands, it's not malevolent or benevolent. It's just what it is. You're
Yeah.
being born and you're going to be given to your parents. I mean, in this case, it's kind of the same thing. They're here observing whatever the hell it is that it is. However the hell we got interbred with them, they're now kind of stuck, and they just want to make sure we're not going to go around nuking the entire solar system. Because we can get out into the solar system now. We can get nukes out into the solar system.
You put it like that. It's kind of like, do you want to have an unvetted serial killer stepping into your area, or do you want to know what that person's going to be like before they get into your area?
Jesse, if I was living in like somewhere 80 light years out, and I started watching the Olympics and then watching World War One and then watching all kind of other crazy shit in the Depression and World War II, and then shit like I Love Lucy, and then Vietnam, then Korea and Vietnam, I wouldn't come to this planet. It would be like, why would anybody want to go to that planet? Unless you want to die, stay the hell away from that planet. Yeah, I imagine if there's a real council like they say they are, you are banned from coming to Earth. Earth is too dangerous. It would be like when they tell people
they only let the few that come here.
Do you know that if you live in Beirut or in what's that Afghan Pakistan city, they give you warnings not to go to Chicago or Los Angeles and New York because the violence there is 5 times more than it is in Beirut. 5 times more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
It's so our cities, a lot of our cities are more dangerous than the most dangerous cities in the world. It's kind of scary, actually.
Well, it's par for the course that we are the most dangerous country in the world.
Well, and that's all on how you look at things. Well, Jimmy, there's no gangs running around mass raping or mass killing or mass kidnapping people in our country, and there are in other countries. No, we're going to talk about all of that on Friday. I promise. We'll talk about the whole entire Europe and where they are with NATO and what they should be doing and shouldn't be doing, what their leaders are saying about ours, what their people are saying about their leaders. I've heard, what's his name? 2 of the last prime ministers come out really hardcore against the current prime minister. Yeah, so we'll be talking about all of that. Yeah. We'll be talking about the war, where the war is. We'll be talking about the economy, what the actual economy is. But a friend of mine was giving me shit. Oh, prices haven't gone down. I'm like, dude, eggs were like $7. I'm paying $1.89 for an 18-pack. Oh yeah, they have gone down. I was paying $5 for a loaf of bread under Joe Biden. I'm paying $2.50 under Trump. I was paying $5 for milk. I'm paying $2.50. I mean, across the board. And no, they got a long ways to go. Don't get me wrong. They're way cheaper than what they were. So, those kind of things. Yeah, I don't mind when you want to lie about stuff. That's fine. And people doing the right thing, you should say you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, like when you're away at college and your mom finds your tomato plant in the window.
That's right. Tomato plant. Tomato plant. Yes. We'll talk about that too. Why you can grow in some states and you can't. We'll talk about all of that. No, next week I think Well, no, this was just kind of a warming up show to come back. Yeah, I've been off for 3 weeks. Jay's been around, and there was a rerun, and no, I've been busy.
He's been out in California doing the Writers of the Future thingy.
My lazy ass is supposed to be in DC, but I decided not to go this week.
Oh.
Oh no, that's tired. It always takes me like 3 or 4 days of sleep when I get back from LA because I don't sleep when I'm there. It's like,
And
gosh.
also, what it messes up your everything, whatever your normal cycle is, like.
I'll put it this way, guys. I went to bed about 5:45 this morning, so that would have been in LA. It would have been 3:45 in the morning, which is my normal bedtime. Oh, I am. I've been thinking we might have to do a conference down here. I'm looking for a place where we can do one, and then we'll have to get some money together. But it's time. I was thinking the other day, ufology is pretty much dead. I mean, it's a sad state of affairs, and maybe we'll start a new rekindling movement because it really is dead, thanks to certain people in the field.
It's almost kind of saturated, but they keep repeating basically the same stuff over and over.
Real quick, we got a couple minutes. So when I got in this field, I could attend a UFO conference a weekend. I can't even name 12 UFO conferences.
Wow.
It means I can't, that's not even one a month. And the ones that I know of, that frankly, 3 of them are just new age conferences, which I don't have anything against, but it's not really teaching anybody. It's often fantasy land. There's no real science in there. Nobody does them like Stephen did with the X conference. I think the one in the Ozarks still go on. There's one up by y'all I haven't really looked into, Pennsylvania, somebody or another up there. But really and truly, there aren't any. And there's not much in the way of paranormal anymore either. What's happened is things like Dragon Con and Florida Con and all of them have taken over and pushed all of that to the side.
Well, Dragon Con's been going a while, and the one I've been there a couple of times, and they've always had they have different tracks. They have a Star Trek track, a Next Generation track, and they have every type of sci-fi and any and other type of pop culture things tracks. And one of those is a UFO track. That's where I met Don Schmidt there. Let me see if I got his book still. Yeah. That's where I got this.
Yeah, but they don't do that as much anymore. Now they do like a book track.
It's owned by new people now. Yeah, that's why.
And no, that's the same people. Pat still owns it. He's
changed hands.
No, I met him personally. And
no, it's changed hands since the 90s. Trust me, it has.
Pat Henry is the developer of Dragon Con. And he's a guy who still, his kids run it now, but he's still the owner of Dragon Con. He bought me tomato soup in LA last year, the year before last, actually. He's and his number one guy is a regular on this network. He's a really nice guy. He said he had slowed down a while back. I think he had gotten cancer and got over it and stuff. And now he just likes to be there, as like the master of the event. But yeah, he's friends with Larry Elmore and all of them. Them chuckers. I'm old, but they're like older than dirt, man. It's yeah, I was surprised because there was a lot. Actually, there's a lot I didn't know about DragonCon, just like FanX. And the guy who owns FanX actually owns 4 cons. He owns the Tampa one. Yeah. San Diego's the biggest guys, but it's not even that. People now tell you it's more like buy my book and whatchamacallit? It's role playing. What do you call it? Damn, it went out of my brain. Anyway.
Dungeons and Dragons?
No, not that kind of stuff. I'm talking about when you dress up like other characters and stuff.
Oh, role play or cosplay. They call it cosplay.
Yeah. The cosplay
I always call it costuming, but whatever.
Yeah. The cosplay is huge in all of these events, all of them. Mm-hmm. The year before last, I went to go interview some of the cosplayers, and it was funny. I sat them down to interview, and they recognized me from Ancient Aliens. So then they wanted to interview me. I was like, well, wait, let's one at a time. Let's just get this. So we had a huge crowd after because nobody knew what the hell was going on. No, people, they got a lot of book things, a lot of talks going on. DragonCon is 24/7. It's 4 days long, and it's 24 hours a day. So there's no it runs all the time. There's always something
There's
going
a
on.
drum circle every night at midnight.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
They closed the store part. The what is it? The America Mall, whatever. I think they closed it.
The dealers' rooms. Just call it
Yeah,
dealers' rooms.
yeah. I think they closed it at 8. That's like four floors by itself, dude. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's massive. Well, John and them get a double booth when they're there. They actually have Turley there from Battlefield Earth, the big tall guy. And it's anyway, he's there. Yeah. That's life in what is it? Life in the something universities out of Utah. They actually asked me if I'd come this February. It's another conference up there. But those are it's you can't even really find Star Trek conferences that often anymore. You hardly ever see them.
There's
Star
only a
Wars.
few hardcore still around. Yeah, you got Dragon Con. Dragon Con's not really just all Star Trek. It's all sci-fi. But Farpoint was in Baltimore. I don't know if it's still going. There was a thing called Shore Leave in Baltimore. It's now in Lancaster, PA. But it's morphed into. It's still. They still try to attract Star Trek guests, but it's really been taken over by the Star Wars people.
It's
Just back. And when Battlestar Galactica sometimes too.
well, you're gonna get different groups like that. Just part of what goes on. Hold on, Jimmy. Let me see. I applied for my press pass. I'm getting ready to do that actually probably next day or two. Well, I get. Nah, I ain't gonna get into that. But anyway, no, I apply. I like to apply for a press pass, but that's not what this is about. It's no, I'm looking for streaming digital resources. Actually, I talked about that streaming them on the network. I forgot about that. I need to talk to them about that again. Let's see what we got going on. Comics and pop art shows, vendors, superheroes, fan tabs, guests, volunteers. No, they changed all this. All these cons are different now. They're not like they used to be. It's different setups. There's a lot of role playing going on, and there's gaming tracks, and they got a parade, and they got lots of art shows, and yeah, they got comics. They still have quite a bit of comics there. You're gonna see a lot of art. Yeah,
oh yeah.
It's just not what it was when I was growing up. I love Dragon Con. I'll be there this year. So
you'll see at Dragon Con art-wise, you'll see professional artists with booths. I've seen Frank Frazetta's been there. You'll see fan art. Some are good and some aren't. You'll see fan comics. You'll see legit comics. You can buy just about any kind of television show you watched as a kid all on DVD, and sometimes they're with commercials, but usually it's VCR taped and sometimes well edited, sometimes not well edited onto DVD.
Yeah, well, you can find everything there, people, and they got actually if you're a sword fan, they got real and fake swords there.
My first experience, my first year there, it was a little different than it is now, but when I walked through the dealers' rooms, I commented later on, particularly on Facebook many times, you could purchase in the dealers' rooms anything from bongs to warp ships.
Yep. Get you a nice lightsaber while you're there. You can get you a rogue lightsaber. You can get you one.
You can get fully costumed walking through most dealers' rooms.
Yeah. Now, you can't.
Maybe not all at one dude, but you can do it.
Now, y'all can't see it there, but book 42 is up on the top of my shelf there, which we're going to be giving one of them away. Autograph version with some of the most famous artists in the world in there.
Another perfect example to use the widget, the poll for.
Yep. So, I mean, Orson Scott Card is signed in here. Larry Nivens is signed in here.
And we're coming up on the close here, so I'm going to stop the poll.
Yeah, both of the Dune writers are in here.
4 total people.
They threaten my life because I haven't seen the new Dune series yet, which I didn't even pay attention to. Well, I was giving him shit about Dune 3. He's like, Joe, it's not out yet. How can I see it? I haven't seen it. I'm like, oh. He said, have you seen the new series? He said, it's award winning. I'm like, what new series? He's like, oh, come the fuck on, man. I was like,
watch the language now.
Yes, I know. Get out of here. But anyway, guys, because we got to get out of here. Coming up next is the Outer Realm with Michelle DeRocha. That we should check her out. She's forever causing trouble and wreaking havoc and kicking people and knocking them around and stuff. You Canadians
And
are
real quick
fine.
before we go, the poll is a feature from StreamYard that we can now use on the live stream. So you'll be seeing it on all the show. At least when I'm on, you'll be seeing it.
Yeah, they'll be up there somewhere floating around. You can take a poll. Give us your 8 cents.
Let me see if I can start it back up. There we go.
Harry, what do you mean?
There you go. You want to answer? Go. Quick answer. Answer 1, 2, 3, or 4.
It looks like 3's got the most answers. That
so far it's 4. Yep.
Harry. Who told you that? No, there will be a thing coming up because we need. I've got to get some. Got to get some stuff to update 2 computers with. Yeah, so I don't have to buy a new one. I usually let the station pay for that, so we'll do a donation thing for the station. Yeah, it's not gonna be a lot. It's gonna probably be like $200 or something. I think the RAM is only like 60. Yeah. Well, we don't like to have glitches like we had tonight. No, I made a promise to someone that I would never spend any personal money on the station ever again. That was like 14 years ago. Something about if I wanted to live, I wouldn't do that. So, anyway, on that note, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and UFO Undercover. Jay, are you with Jeffrey Friday?
I believe I am, yes.
Okay, so Jay's got double duty. So double, that means he's got 5 hours, and that's if we don't get stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, Sean will stop by. I heard he was pregnant.
Yeah, he got the alien probe again.
Yes. Yes, he got too close to somebody. Anyway, on that note, Michelle's on. Go check her out on the Outer Realm. We'll see all y'all Friday. Stay out of trouble till then. And have some fun, people. Life is short.